Hello students, we'll see next explanation of this poem. In the second stanza we have seen that the poet selected the second road because it was grassy and wanted wear. When he just started his journey, he observed that the both paths were similar. Now we'll see in the third stanza. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how well it's onto the way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Now in the third stanza, the poet said, when I just started my journey on the second road, I observed that in that morning, I observed that both paths were equal, that both paths were similar, right? And in leaves, no step had trodden black. On that both paths, still leaves were there, and that leaves were still green. Why? Because trodden means what? Walked over, right? Walked over, because it is not used by any people, right? It is not used by any person. It was not walked over, and that's why the leaves were green. It was not black, right? So in the second stanza, on that both part, what the poet observed that, what the traveler observed that on that both part still leaves were there, and that leaves were green. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Now that time the traveler reminding something. What? On the first, in the first stanza he said that I kept the first road for the another day. Now he said that both part were the equal, and here he kept that first one for the another day, but he knew, yet knowing how well it's onto the way. But he knew here, what he knew here? He knew that, right, one way leads to the another way, right? So that both paths similar here, equal here, and they are going towards each other only. And I doubted if I should ever come back, right? Now once I started the second road, I thought that I will keep that road another day, but it is not possible. Once I have selected the first one, I went ahead and I reached at that point. So from there I cannot come back. So I cannot go back, right? I cannot go back on that first one because I have selected the first one, a second one, and on that second one I showed they both were the equal, right? So this is the third stanza. Now we'll see the fourth stanza. In the fourth stanza, the poet says that in the fourth stanza, the poet said, I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere as his hands, two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the differences. Now what the poet said, I shall, now shall means here future, hence means here future, right? Future time. And as is means here the poet talks about the future. He said, I shall be telling this with a sigh. Sigh means here one deep breath, right? Sigh means deep breath. Deep breath. I will tell to the people with the deep breath, whichever, whatever part, whatever way, whatever option I have selected in the past, somewhere as his hands, I will tell them, once upon a time, in front of me, two options were there. I have selected one, two roads were there, and I have selected one. Which one I have selected? I took the one which is the less travel, which was just used by the lesser number of the people. I selected there, and because of that only, and that has made all the differences. And whatever road I selected in my life, that make me different, that make me successful, right? So here the poet talks about the important message he is giving us, that only, right? whatever you select, the poet wants to give is that the choice that we make has an impact on our future, and it is also impact in our future time which we make. Once we just take a wrong decision, we cannot come back from that way, right? So here the poet also, this is very strong message for all the students also. Once you also should be very wise and careful of your options of life. You have in your life many options and you have to select one, because that future depends on the choice that you make today, right? So this is the poem, right? Now we'll discuss about its poetic devices. We'll discuss about these poetic devices. First stanza, see. In the first stanza, first of all, we'll discuss rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme. See, I said before, right, how we can identify the rhyme scheme by its pronunciation. See, would, stood, and could. Same pronunciation we have, so same alphabet will come. So here A and A. Both and undergrowth, same pronunciation we have, so B and B. Right? Pronunciation change here. So what is the rhyme scheme of this first stanza? A B A A B. Right? A B A A B. Rhyming words would, stood, could, and second rhyming words are both and undergrowth. So this is the rhyme scheme of this poem. Now we'll see in the first stanza what is another rhyme scheme, another figures of speech also there. What it is? Anapora also there. Anapora. What is anapora? Same word repeated in the next line. Which word here repeated? And. Right? So line number 2, 3 and 4. This line started with the same word, that is the and. So this is the example of anapora. Now see, on the first again we have rhyming words, rhyme scheme and anapora. And third point, it is enjambment. What is enjambment? No any punctuation marks given at the end of the line. That is the example of enjambment. Here second, third and fourth. These 3 times it is the example of enjambment. So this in the first stanza we have discussed this point. Rhyme scheme, rhyming words, anapora, enjambment, and last point it is symbolism. Symbolism also there. I said this poem is the symbolic poem. How we can say this road? Road symbolized with the different option of the life, right? So symbol is the options. Road symbolized with the different options of the life. So in the first stanza we have discussed these figures of speech. In the second stanza, again we have to discuss about the rhyme scheme. So again same A, B, A, B. See, fair and where and there. Same pronunciation. So A. Claims and same. Claim and same. B. Right? So A, B, same. In the second stanza, also there. Simile also there. Simile. See. Simile also there. What is simile? One thing comparing with the another thing. Here, one road comparing by using a word as, right? So, as it is the example of simile, because one road comparing with the second road, right? So, this is the example of simile. In the second stanza, alliteration also there. Alliteration. What it is? Alliteration means repetition of a consonant sound. Where it is? See here. Better and because. B sound repeated there because it's also example of enjambment. So better and because. Right? So this is the example of alliteration. Then next, in the second stanza, we have discussed the rhyme scheme, then enjambment, then rhyming words, simile and alliteration. Now in the third stanza, see, same rhyme scheme followed in all the stanzas. So again here lay A, black B, lay and day again A, way also A, black and back it's a B. So A, B, A, B. Rhyming words, lay, day and way. Second rhyming words it's a black and back. Now in the third stanza, again we have to see alliteration also there. Alliteration. See here. First and fourth F sound repeated there. First and fourth F sound repeated here. Then repetition also here. Repetition. Way, this word repeated twice in a line, right? So it is the example of repetition. So in the third stanza we have seen here a rhyme scheme, rhyming words, alliteration, repetition, right? And enjambment also there. Now we'll see in the fourth stanza. How many? See, in the fourth stanza, same shy A, hence B, I A, by B A, shy, I, by and B. So A, B, A, B. Rhyme scheme, rhyming word shy, I, by. Hence difference. Right? So this is the rhyming words. In the third stanza, also fourth stanza, repetition also there. See, which word repeated? Aces and ases. This word repeated here, right? So this is the example of repetition. Then also here, anapora also there. Anapora. I and I repeated twice in one stanza. So this is the example of anapora, right? So here, this then also here, this we have discussed about the poetic devices. We'll stop it here.